Welcome, students. We are going to discuss a play, namely If I Were You by Douglas James. Basically, this is a play, and in the play, we know there are several characters, there are dialogues, and plays are meant to be staged on the stage. Okay, that is the simple meaning of play. Play includes several characters, major and minor characters. There are dialogues, and plays are meant to be staged on the stage. Now we will discuss this play, namely If I Were You. First of all, we see the introduction of the present play, that is, If I Were You. This play is about a playwright named Gerard. Gerard is a dramatist, is a playwright. In this play, we will see about this playwright, namely Gerard, how he escapes being killed by an intruder who wants to steal his identity and live peacefully. So, the present play focuses on an intruder who wants to steal the identity of Gerard and had a desire to live peacefully. This intruder looks like Gerard. Gerard fools the intruder, confines him in a cupboard, and finally hands him over to the sergeant or officials. So, in this play, the writer has focused on the major characters, that is, Gerard and Intruder. The whole play revolves around these two characters, Gerard and an Intruder. So here we come to know why Intruder enters Gerard house. Why does he want to kill Gerard? Because he wants to steal Gerard's identity. He has a desire to live peacefully. This is the purpose why an intruder wants to kill Gerard. The play also focuses on this point, how Gerard saves his life from intruder. What strategies, what plans he makes to escape himself from intruder, and how he hands him over to the sergeant. So these are the basic questions, that is regarding the play, or you can say this is the main content of the play. The play focuses on intruder and Gerard. Intruder looks like Gerard. Intruder has a desire to steal the identity of Gerard. He has a desire to live his life peacefully. Thirdly, the writer, the playwright, has focused on the strategies of Gerard. How does he fool intruder and hands him over to the sergeant? So, this is the outline of the play. In other words, we can say in the present play, we will see how Gerard escapes himself from intruder. How does he hand over intruder to the sergeant? So, this is the outline of the play. Now see, the play continues. So we will see the scene. Where does this play take place? See, scene, a small cottage interior. The scene is set in a small cottage. There is an entrance back right. So in these coming lines, we will see the condition of the cottage, a position of the several furniture in the cottage or inside the cottage, in which way the furniture is set, and what is the condition of the cottage we will see in the coming lines. There is an entrance back right which may be curtained. Another door to the left must be a practical door. The furniture is simple, consisting of a small table towards the left, a chair or two, and a divan rather upstairs on the right. On the table is a telephone. So this is the description of the inside of a small cottage. So in the small cottage, furniture is there, and there is a divan, there is a chair, there is a table on which there is a telephone. So in simple words, we can say there is a telephone on the table. So the room consists a small table, chair, one or two, there is a divan, there is a table, on the table there is a telephone. Okay, and there is one entrance from back right, and there is and the door to the left must be a practical door. So this is a description of a small cottage, and what were furniture or what sort of furniture is present inside the small cottage we have seen. Now see, when the curtain rises, Gerard is standing by the table making a phone call. So when the curtain rises, we meet Gerard, who is standing near the table, and what was he doing? What is he doing? He is making a call. He is making a phone call. He is of medium height, wearing horn rimmed glasses. He is dressed in a long suit and a great coat. His voice is cultured. So, here in the last three lines, we see the personality of, we see the qualities of Gerard, the playwright. Okay. So, when the curtain rises, we find that Gerard is making a call. And how does Gerard look like? The description is given by the writer. He is of medium height. He is wearing horn rimmed glass. He is dressed in long suit, comfortable suit, and a great coat. So this is the appearance of Gerard. One important thing about Gerard is that his voice is cultured. When he speaks, it seems that it appears that he is a cultured man. So, in this part, we have seen the description of the small cottage. What were the things present inside the cottage? Thirdly, we notice the playwright, namely Gerard, what he is doing, how does he look like. We see the physical description, physical appearance of the playwright, that is Gerard. Now, we see Gerard. Well, tell him to phone up directly. So, what Gerard is doing when the curtain rises? Gerard is making a phone call, and this is the conversation. This is the conversation that takes place between Gerard and the other person. Well, tell him to phone up directly. I must know. Yes, I expect I will still be here, but you must not come. You must not count on that. In about 10 minutes' time, right ho, goodbye. So this is the conversation. This is the dialogue of Gerard when he is talking to someone during his call. So this is general conversation. He puts down the phone and goes to the divan on the left. So after conversation, what Gerard is doing, he puts down the phone, goes to the divan on the left where there is a traveling bag. He starts packing. So after talking to someone by making a phone call, Gerard starts doing packing. While he is thus engaged, when Gerard is engaged in packing, another man similar in build to Gerard. Similar in build to Gerard means another man whose appearance is just like Gerard, whose stature, whose height, whose appearance is just like Gerard, enters from the right silently. Meaning is this: when Gerard was indulged in packing, in the meantime, another man who is similar to him enters a small cottage. Revolver in hand. Another man has revolver in his hand when he enters Gerard's cottage. When he enters Gerard's cottage at that time, what Gerard is doing? Gerard is packing. Gerard is doing packing. He is flashily dressed in an overcoat and a soft hat. This is the appearance of another man who enters Gerard's house silently. He bumps accidentally against the table, or you can say he hit against the table, and at the sound, Gerard turns quickly. So you see. So here you noticed that after making call, Gerard puts down the phone. He goes to the divan. There he has a traveling bag. He started packing. When he is doing his work, in the meantime, another man enters his cottage, his room. This man is similar to Gerard in appearance. Another man has a revolver in his hand. In the meantime, when he enters, he hits against the table and there was a sound. That sound is heard by Gerard, and Gerard turns quickly. What happens? From where this sound comes? See. Now Gerard pleasantly, why this is a surprise, mister, because he doesn't know who is standing before him. He is shocked. He is surprised because a similar man to him is standing before him. He has a revolver, but Gerard pleasantly, why this is a surprise, mister intruder. I am glad you are pleased to see me. Intruder, a person who enters and the room silently or without being noticed. Intruder says, I am happy. You are pleased to see me. You here refers to Gerard. Me here refers to intruder. I don't think you will be pleased for long. Put those paws up. Paws here refers to hands. So intruder says, I am glad, I am happy that you are pleased to see me. But your pleasure, your enjoyment will never remain with you. Will never remain with you. Your enjoyment is going to dry up very soon. Threatening to Gerard, he says, hands up. Put those hands up or paws up. Paws here refers to hands. So here intruder threatens Gerard and tells him to hands up. Intruder also threatens Gerard, very soon your pleasure is going to disappear. Your pleasure is going to vanish very soon. Gerard, this is all very melodramatic, not very original. Perhaps, but so here Gerard is showing that he has no anxiety on his face, although intruder is stand before him. He has a revolver, but Gerard is trying to show that he is not afraid, he is not disturbed. After seeing another man whose appearance is similar to him, melodramatic here means excessive emotions than are required for the situation. So here you see what was the situation before Gerard. He is not behaving accordingly. The situation is odd, but Gerard is trying to behave in a pleasant way, in a pleasant manner. He does not show the anxiety on his face. So here we see the first conversation that took place between Gerard and intruder. See, now intruder trying to be calm, and you see, so what was the expectation of intruder? He expects that Gerard will be afraid of him, but after seeing the reaction of Gerard, intruder thinks that there is no impact of my threatening on this playwright Gerard. So here intruder is trying to be calm. So what is the purpose? What is the expectation of intruder? The event is not going to happen according to the wish of intruder. That's why he is trying to be calm. Gerard. Gerard says nonchalant. Nonchalant here means not showing anxiety or interest or enthusiasm. Nonchalant is your word. Means your word has no impact. Your words are not impressive. Your words doesn't create any sort of enthusiasm or anxiety. So this was the remark made by Gerard before intruder, who has a revolver in his hand, is standing before him, and Gerard is saying, nonchalant is your word. Your words have no impression. Your words have no impact on me. I think, intruder, thanks a lot. You will soon stop being smart. Intruder says, you are playing with me. You are showing your smartness before me. Your smartness will disappear. Very soon, what will happen? You will soon stop being smart. You are trying to show your smartness, you are trying to show that you are smart, that your activity will stop very soon. I will make you crawl. I will make you crawl. I will make you helpless. I want to know a few things. See, I want to know something. You tell me. So here you see what intruder is trying to do. Intruder is trying to threaten whom? Gerard. Every time he threats, he wants to give threat to Gerard, but there was no impact of his threatening or his threats on Gerard. Gerard has no fear of intruder, although he has a revolver in his hand. He is standing before him. Here, Gerard is behaving gently, calmly, pleasantly. He does not show any sort of fear on his face, so that intruder becomes more powerful than him. That's why here it is written, intruder trying to be calm. Because what is the expectation of intruder? The event is not going to take place accordingly. He thinks that Gerard will be afraid of him. Or we can say intruder has a desire to see anxiety on the face of Gerard, but it doesn't take place because Gerard doesn't show anxiety on his face. On contrary, Gerard says that there is no impact of your words on me. So that is the part which we have discussed. सो यहाँ पे हम देखते हैं मुख्य रूप से कि ये प्ले जो है इसका नाम इफ़ आई वर यू है, जो डगलस के द्वारा लिखा गया है। इस प्ले में मुख्य रूप से इस बात पे चर्चा की गई है कि जेराल्ड अपने आप को किस तरह से इंट्रूडर से बचाता है। इंट्रूडर जेराल्ड के घर में आया हुआ है उसकी आइडेंटिटी स्टील करने और एक पीसफुल लाइफ जीने के लिए। लेकिन ये प्ले में हम देखेंगे कैसे जेराल्ड अपने आप को इस इंट्रूडर से बचाता है, साथ ही कैसे इंट्रूडर को पुलिस के या सार्जेंट के हाथ इसको सौंप कर देता है। ये पूरा प्ले है। और जब प्ले स्टार्ट होता है हम पाते हैं कि जेराल्ड जो है फ़ोन पे बात कर रहा होता है, और फ़ोन पे बात करने के बाद जो है दोनों वो अपने पैकिंग करने लगता है। जेराल्ड इसी बीच उसे एक साउंड सुनाई देता है। वो देखता है कि एक व्यक्ति जो उसके बिल्कुल सिमिलर है वो उसके सामने खड़ा है, उसके हाथ में रिवॉल्वर है, और जो इंट्रूडर है वो डराना चाहता है जेराल्ड को, लेकिन जेराल्ड पर इंट्रूडर के थ्रेट्स का कोई भी प्रभाव नहीं पड़ता है। और इंट्रूडर भी थोड़ा सा सरप्राइज हो जाता है जेराल्ड की एक्टिविटी को देख करके, लेकिन फिर भी इंट्रूडर उसको थ्रेट करता है कि तुम्हारी स्मार्टनेस बहुत ही जल्दी गायब हो जाएगी, बहुत ही स्मार्ट बन रहे हो, बहुत ही जल्दी तुम्हारी स्मार्टनेस क्या हो जाएगी, डिसअपीयर हो जाएगी। दैट इज़ ऑल विच वी हैव डिस्कस्ड। ओके, थैंक यू।